The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now to my left, we have a man that really needs no introduction, for he is known the world over. It's the one, it's the only, it's Pops.
Fire away, BT.
There you have it. So listen, man, this live basically right here, it's Monday, so happy Monday to everybody out there, wherever you're at in the world. Make sure you smash the like button if you're just tuning in. If you're watching the playback, definitely smash that like button. But this right here is the aftermath of Betterbiev Smith. We got in yesterday from New York City. It was a very fun trip. Pops was the life of wherever the fuck he went in New York. It didn't matter if we were in the subway, the baseball game, the fight. The guy had everybody on his side when we were in New York. It went just how I thought it would go in New York City. But overall, it was a great trip. We really, really enjoyed it. And we're looking forward to the next one. We had a chance to go to Philadelphia, to check out Jerron Boots Ennis and at his gym, and we got a chance to watch some sparring and things like that. So it was great. And for those of you who haven't already, go check out the Jerron Ennis interview and the Stephen Foltz interview that's up on the channel now. It's real good stuff. There's that. More content dropping on the way. Friday program, but before we get to the live and before we get to the comments, Friday, Jonathan Gonzalez is fighting on Pro Box Promotions, his first defense of the WBO light flyweight title. We will be live for that fight. Saturday is Bam Rodriguez versus Rungvisai. Now, I was supposed to go to that fight. Something else came up, so I'm actually going to be going to Las Vegas from Tuesday to next Monday. So, a lot going on here on True School Sports.
Yeah, man, it's moving dominoes all over the place.
Absolutely. Let's get this comment. Before we get into these light heavyweights, let's get to the comments because I know we do got some comments. Let me see. Shout out to my guy, Jesus Sam. He says, "Saludos, BT and Pop." Shout out to you, Jesus Sam. Good to see you. Betterbiev is the real deal. Quick combos, power, subtle movement, deceptive timing. I mean, it was one of the best performances I've ever seen live, and I've seen some great performances live. You know what I'm saying? Blessings to True School and Pops from my man Blacklight. Shout out to you, champ. Bivol and Betterbiev versus Buatsi and Zordo. Winner face each other. Well, that in an ideal world, that's what we would do. But with boxing politics, that's not going to happen. Bivol is probably going to fight Zordo next. Buatsi, I don't know what he's going to do, but Callum Split's going to fight Matteo Badalik from France for the WBC final eliminator. And Anthony Yarde is going to fight Betterbiev next. Which, by the way, another announcement I'm making in advance. I'm making this announcement in advance. I've already went ahead and I talked to the guy who runs the media passes for Queensberry Promotion because I met him here out in Miami when he was here for the Dubois Trevor Bryan fight. If that fight gets signed, I'm already good to go. So my passport is handy. Your boy BT is going across the pond to Yarde versus Betterbiev because I still want to go cover fight in the UK.
Hold on. Honestly, brother, you think that's gonna happen?
Yeah, the deal's already in place. October 22nd, London. The deal is already in place. Yarde versus Betterbiev, October 22nd.
Can I make a prediction right now?
Go ahead. Tell them how you feel, Pop.
Guys, Yarde is going to be taking the fucking school 3-4 times over. The fight won't last no less than 3 rounds. Think so? Yep.
Yarde's a bigger, more athletic guy than Smith. You don't think maybe he can get to 5 rounds?
He's fighting Smith, right?
No.
Fighting,
Betterbiev is fighting Yarde.
No.
Because Yarde is the WBO mandatory.
Let me tell you something real quick about the fight, but I didn't say it out. But I know it's about Betterbiev is usually a slow starter. And this fight we had with Smith Jr., he didn't let Joe Smith right off the bat get comfortable with his jab, and he broke him down. And he usually starts slow. He went for the attack right away and took his throat right out. So I think I'm telling you right now, there's levels to boxing. I love Anthony Yarde. I'll put it like this, and I'm gonna say straight up: ain't no motherfucker fucking with Betterbiev in the light heavyweight division.
Not even Bivol?
Huh?
Not even Dmitry Bivol?
Bivol will have his angles, his quickness, and play with him for a little bit. But once Bivol figures him out, he's gonna fucking break him.
Okay. Pop's really impressed with Betterbiev, and he should be. My man right here, he says, just saw the Ennis interview, champ. Keep bringing the content. Absolutely. We got, just so you guys know, so you can look out for it. We still got, I interviewed his father, Bozy Ennis. So look out for the Bozy Ennis interview. Look out for Greg Hackett. There was this lovely young woman I had a chance to talk to, La Loba, Isabel Lopez. Check her out when that interview drops.
And shout out to YSM Sports Media.
And shout out to my main man, 50 grand, Jamil Parker, for inviting us to the gym. That these interviews are not possible without him. So please do me a favor, return the favor to him by subscribing to his channel. He was very, very impressive. I absolutely agree. And yes, Black, like the Bam Rodriguez fight, great fight this week.
And for the first time for me going to Philadelphia, to the home of Boots Ennis and Cool Boy Fulton, that gym to me is the best fucking gym that I've been around. You know why? Because it's family oriented. Everybody gives attention even to the little kids when they come in.
To the hood too.
And Red Straight Hood that we were at, they had the most stabbing in the area. So it's not an easy thing. But the gym is so family oriented. Shout out to Acosta, the manager of the building, or the owner, whatever he is.
Yeah, Rob.
Rob's a good guy. But I'm going to give a shout out. You all need to go follow Jamil at YSM Sports Media. He wasn't for him, we wouldn't get these interviews. Thank them. But that gym is family oriented. I love it to death. And I fucked up a couple of times, no comment. But I love that gym as a family. And I'm going to go back. That's gym, just the way they respect each other. It's like a picnic.
It is like a picnic, it's a cookout.
I would just think like this. Go to YSM Sports Media, and you will see how much fun the motherfuckers have. Yeah. It was supposed to be a cookout instead of boxing, but it's not.
It was great. And more on that later. We'll definitely talk more about like our time in Philadelphia. We'll get into Bam Rodriguez, Riverside. We'll get into even Jonathan Gonzalez a little bit. But let's focus on the aftermath of what transpired Saturday and what we make of all this. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to go to screen share. There's like about 6 to 7 articles I'm going to run through. I might run through them about 2 or 3 at a time. We'll pause every now and then to read some comments and stay up to date. So, just bear with us. It's a dog.
My dog with a tail.
It's a dog. Fucking dog. Anyway, we're going to screen share. Shout out to anyone here. It's your boy BT. Brendan Taylor, the untouchable True School Sports Empire. Hope everybody's good wherever you're at in the world. But listen, man. I wanted to get right into it. So, Joe Smith Jr. We actually saw Joe Smith Jr. when he walked to the hotel to go back to his room. Obviously looked very dejected after the biggest loss of his career so far. But here are his first words following the loss to Artur Beterbiev and just his take. So here he goes by saying, I quote, I would like to start out by saying thank you to everyone who supports me and my career. I enjoy fighting for each and every one of you. This weekend did not go as planned, as I lost my focus on the game plan after making a mistake that led me to getting caught behind my ear, knocking off my equilibrium that I could not recover from. And then Joe Smith said, no excuses. I should have took a deep breath, relaxed, and got back to boxing. I just wanted to fight, which led me into the same traps. I would have loved to bring home all the titles for all of you. I'm going to take some time and stay in shape and decide what the future holds for me. So there you have it. Joe Smith Jr. Not making excuses, owning up to his mistakes in the ring. And listen, man, I've seen a lot of people like slagging off Joe Smith, saying that this just proves that he was never that good and all this stuff. And I'm like, you motherfuckers got the audacity of some of you scumbags. This guy was a 30-1 underdog. This man came from being a club fighter. In 2010. He got knocked out by a club fighter like in 4 or 5 rounds, 2010. This man came from obscurity. 30-1 underdog against Fonfara, handpicked by Bernard Hopkins. This man has actually went ahead and won fights as the underdog. And unlike everybody's favorite fighter, David Benavidez, he ran right to Betterbiev and looked for that fight. He didn't say, he didn't sit on the title and make 2 or 3 defenses long. No. He wanted to know how good he is. And when he retired, when the day comes when he retires his boxing gloves and he lays at bed at night, he's never going to ask himself, how good was I really? He tested himself against two fighters, not just one, two, in Bivol and Beterbiev. 2 guys that look like they're going to go down as some of the greatest heavyweights ever. So it's no shame, and I got a lot of time and a lot of respect for the common man.
And shout out to him. And I'm going to say like this: when we always say respect boxers that go in the gym and in the ring and put their lives in there, and they're really how is that? What I'm saying? Take the oath. What did it say with this? I put the oath and the undefeated. There's a saying.
Joe Smith is not undefeated.
No, it was 3. He lost. Three losses now. But I'm saying like he came out there. I mean, he went out on his shield. I was more concerned after he got knocked out the first couple of times. That I was focused on him getting hurt because his wife is pregnant. So I was like, just stop the fight. They don't need to get him for him to get hurt anymore. He's admitting to what he did. He's always been real. He's always been humble, even in loss. So, give Long Island, stand up, give him a big shout out because he went out on the shield.
No, absolutely. And listen, it is what it is. He's 28-4 now.
Mm-hmm.
I still think there's a lot of great fights out there for Joe Smith Jr. I mean, we could take a look at the rankings right quick, and we can maybe get an idea of who we might be fighting. Because he was WBO light heavyweight champion. So, you still got guys like, if you want to look at it on a lower level, you got Hot Rod who recently called out Jean Pascal for a fight. You got him. You got Badu Jack, who I guess is still kind of around. You got Callum Johnson, who gave Betterbiev a good fight. You got Yunez Gonzalez. You got Richard Bolotniks. You got Marcus Brown.
I think he's most likely.
There's good fights out there for him.
I think he's gonna fight his way back up to not a mandatory. That's what Joe
think so?
Yeah. I think he's not going to lay down.
Yeah.
I mean, but that being said, I was really surprised when Beterbiev came out quick. Did you expect that from him?
To be honest, I was a little surprised. But it kind of goes to show you what Russ. It goes back to what one of his coaches, Russ Anber, was saying. Shout out to Russ, great guy, gentleman, just a great person. Russ said it many times when I interviewed him throughout the week. He was like, "Look, the boxing IQ. People want to talk about the knockouts. They want to talk about the destruction that this guy leaves in the ring. But what they're missing, what many people seem to be missing is the boxing IQ of Artur Beterbiev. And the fact that he decided this fight to start off fast, it shows you that he understands his opponent.
Yeah.
He understands how they operate. Yeah. He doesn't have a one-size-fits-all approach to every fight, which means that he'll make the adjustments, and that shows you boxing IQ. And it also goes back to his team. Like, you got Mark Ramsey as trainer. You got Russ Anber. You got John the Iceman Scully. I had a chance to interview all these guys this week, and I'm going to tell you guys this. I said Ramsey. And I'm going to tell you guys this. When you talk to these guys, there's no egos. There's no me. They're just focused on the task at hand, and that's why they're getting the results they're getting, which are the best results in boxing.
And let me tell you something. A lot of teams that go into these big fights are real nervous. They don't know what's going to be able to fight her. You know what these two motherfuckers were doing?
Who? Scully and Amber?
They were playing pool with us at a bar.
We played pool with them.
Just relaxing, no stress.
You wouldn't even know they had a fight coming up.
You wouldn't even know if they were trainers the way they were talking. Just laid back, having fun with us and everything.
Because I'll tell you guys a story. So, and I'll go back at full screen for this one. I'll tell you guys a story. So me and Pops, right? I was trying to get my interview with John the Iceman Scully, right? So I hit him up. I'm like, "Yo, John, I'm in the area. You want to do the interview, whatever, right?" So he's like, "Yeah, well, let's do the interview." So he invites me and my dad to this pool hall out in Manhattan, and so we go to the pool hall, and there's Don Scully and Russ Amber just shooting billiards, shooting pool, and then they asked us to play. We played like 3 or 4 games. Russ Amber is like a ridiculously great pool player.
And he's also the one that created rival boxing gloves.
We know that, yeah. He's one that created rival boxing gloves. But this guy's a ridiculous pool player.
Oh, my God.
It was me and John the Iceman Scully versus my dad and Russ Amber. Russ Amber is like the Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan of pool. And what's crazy is he started telling my dad the techniques of pool. Listen, and my dad started sicking everything.
I couldn't make a ball in a hole if I had a horseshoe in my ass. That's how good he was. Yeah, he's very competitive, and the
intensity was crazy.
So that shows crazy. But by their demeanor, they already believe in their fighter, their calmness, and everything before the storm. You just knew that they're so confident in the fight, and a lot of it, Brandon, believe it or not, it's not just the fighter being mental. It's about your team. And if you notice that after the interview, Beterbiev, he gave his credit to his team and everything. And the funny part, they have a really good sense of humor with themselves. What did Beterbiev says? I'm just trying to be a good fighter.
Listen, he's on the road. He won 3 belts, cool, but he's just trying to become a good boxer. He's on the road to becoming a good boxer. And you know what? It's funny that he's saying that, but I actually took something from Betterbiev, right? I think all men should look at Artur Beterbiev and the humility that he has and try to put some of that into their own lives, because it's like, this guy is a motherfucking killer. He's an ice cold killer. He can box you and beat you up. He can beat you and box you up. The guy is a great fighter. 3 belts, 18 for 18, 100% knockout ratio. This guy has every reason in the world to be
stuck up,
rah.
big dickhead when you ask
And he tells you, I'm just on the road to becoming a good boxer. So my thing is like, if Artur Beterbiev is on a mission to become a good boxer, then I'm gonna take that here with True School Sports. And you know what? I'm on a mission to become a good boxing reporter. I want a mission to become a good boxing YouTuber, a better
version of you,
version of me. So it was actually inspiring seeing the humility of Beterbiev.
Because he didn't do anything. He didn't get stuck up. He's still the same humble guy when he went into the fight and before he went into the fight. But I knew something was not. I knew something was. He was really into the fight when he walked into the ring, and the motherfucker still, doing his exercise and everything. I said, man, this guy's not even standing still in the corner. This ain't gonna be no joke. He was actually doing stretches while he's still coming out the fight interview. It was the most humbling guy that I ever met. And people could bash this and say this and they slow and all this stuff, but there was a reason why Dr. Nello didn't fight him.
I was trying to go without bringing up his name.
I'm sorry. I just had to put. I didn't mean it in a bad way, but I'm just.
I know what you mean. All right. Blacklight says Betterbiev versus Bivol is the ultimate style clash for real. 50-50. Listen, I just put a tweet out and I said this on Twitter recently. By the way, if you're on Twitter, at True School Sports on Twitter. But listen, I just said, look, if you give me the option, all right, if I can put Crawford versus Spence in a fucking trash can and you just give me Betterbiev and Bivol instead, then I'm okay with it. Give me that fight because I think it's a more competitive fight, and I think it's one of the most competitive fights in boxing. Two great fighters. It's crazy to me that people are still sleeping on Betterbiev after that performance. I mean, listen, if you're sleeping on Betterbiev after a performance like that, then boxing is the sport for you. You shouldn't be following it. I don't want to see Yarde versus Betterbiev. It won't last 6 rounds. I really don't either, but I'm going to tell you this. To make it more exciting for myself, I'm going to go to the UK.
Yeah,
because it'd be a good fight to be at in the UK. Let's see how Anthony Yarde can answer, if he can answer the bell in any way, shape, or form. And let's see if Betterbiev can go 19 for 19.
I mean, he's saying Yarde was coming out saying I heard a couple headlines that Betterbiev is slow.
Where is that? Okay. But he was, Yarde was saying he was slow. Tycho TV was good, champ. Salute to BT. Salute to you, Tycho. Good to see you, champ. For real, Bud versus Spence is going to be easy work for Bud. Exactly. And then you already know what's going to happen. They're going to say, car crash. But that's just me. We'll see. Betterbiev versus Bivol overtakes Spence and Crawford as the best fight in the sport of boxing. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not even just Bivol versus Betterbiev. I think Zordo versus Bivol is also a better fight than Crawford versus Spence. But I thought that since December, like last year, like before any of this shit with Canelo happened or Zordo becoming like any of that. I thought I always thought that was a great fight. So I think there's a couple fights at light heavyweight that are better than Crawford and Spence. He and Bivol are so humble. It's embarrassing for shitty boxers that are hyped like. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to talk too much about that guy because this isn't about him and he's not in this weight class. And he already got exposed by Bivol. But yeah, it's just refreshing, right? It's refreshing when you get guys like Betterbiev, Bivol, guys that are truly humble, guys that are like the best at what they do in the sport, but they're the most humble. And it's, it's a recurring thing we see in boxing. Romo Gonzalez, same way. Vander Holyfield, same way.
Yeah, the sad part, they don't get enough credit, to be honest. In my opinion,
I have a saying, and the saying is, it's not my saying, but it's a saying that I like is the cream always rises to the top.
Right.
So maybe it might take people a little longer to catch on the guys who are humble and don't speak much, but they eventually always catch on. When the books are closed in their career, you will always have to recognize those fighters as great fighters,
yes,
all-time great.
How they carry themselves, also.
Yeah. So
big.
Dondada says, I like Betterbiev versus Yarde. It's a guaranteed knockout. It is a guaranteed knockout, and you're gonna get a younger, more athletic, hungry fighter. Yarde's coming in with a lot of confidence after that dominant performance against Lyndon Arthur in the rematch. He's tweaked some things in his style. He's feeling confident about some of the changes he's made in his style, and he wants to put them on full display. And people, you know what? I was gonna wait till later on a lot to talk about this, but I guess I'll talk about it now since the name keeps coming up. Anthony Yarde only had like 10 amateur fights.
Wow.
The guy didn't even have like 15 amateur fights.
Respect him.
Okay. He has 20 fights in the pros at most. Right. So you're talking about at the most, if you add up amateur and pro fights, that's like maybe 30 fights altogether. And you mean to tell me he's ranked top 10? He's a mandatory spot. So that kind of tells you how good he actually is with such little experience to be in that position.
I know one thing you always say, BT, and you don't. When you say things, I really take it to what it is. because I know you want to say things. One thing that you told me about him, that he's much more improved. Much improved.
Yarde. Yeah.
When you told me, I got to go watch the fight. But
all you got to do is just go watch the Lyndon Arthur rematch. All you need to do. Just go watch Lyndon Arthur rematch. If you're thinking it's the same Anthony Yarde that fought Kovalev, it's not. Okay? But, again, even with him being improved, I still think maybe he's not ready. But you know what? Look, this is the beautiful thing about boxing. Guys can go into a fight, quote-unquote, not ready, and then on the night of the fight, they're always liable to rise to the occasion. That's why they call it rising to the occasion, because if you're already at that level, then you're not rising. Yeah. You know? Got to rise to the occasion. You got to fight a little bit out of your skin. So, listen, I've already got the green light from the dude at Queensberry Promotions. I'm going to be there.
You didn't waste no time.
I'm going to be. I told him. I told him. I said, that guy's name's Matt. Yeah. I told Matt, I said, listen, man, I'm letting you know right now, whenever this fight gets signed, I want to be there. Just let me know where I got to send an email, whatever I got to do, I'll do it. And he just told me, once it gets signed, hit him up. So, yeah.
Wow. So God bless you, man. We're supposed to the UK.
Going to the UK in October. In fact, if you guys don't see me at no fights in August, September, or July, you know why. I'm saving up to go to the UK.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who would you take? A prime Kovalev versus Betterbiev? That's a very, very tough thing to say, because everybody's gonna say Betterbiev now because
it's like a fantasy match.
Yeah, like a prime for prime. Everyone's gonna say Betterbiev now because you've seen Kovalev getting stopped by Alieta Alvarez and the second ward fight and things like that. But
in their primes,
I would still favor Betterbiev.
Me too. I think
Eric made a great point. I mean, it doesn't mean he would beat him in the pros, but they did fight 2 times the amateurs, and Betterbiev won both times.
Yeah, I'll say it like this: what I think, in my personal opinion, what distinguishes it a Betterbiev better than any other light heavyweight, those punches are bricks. And if you can see that in sparring already before he was in fights, when he's hurting people like that, just imagine it's a hammer at sparring, but it's a motherfucking sledgehammer in the fight.
Oh, fight night, yeah. No reservations on fight night. That shit coming.
Yeah.
Blacklight says Bivol could outbox Beterbiev, but I still pick Beterbiev because that motherfucker can box too. Yeah, listen, man. He can box, he can punch, he can counter punch, he can lead, he can do a lot of things.
And what's funny about it, a lot of times we just tend to degrade certain fighters because we haven't seen their whole toolbox. But it's like Brendan says, when you rise to the occasion, the levels of fighters, you can pull up all the things that you didn't expect from that fighter, and they come out.
And I'm gonna say this, man. I think the intriguing thing about the Anthony Yarde fight is Anthony Yarde is a very big light heavyweight. He's very fast. He's very athletic, and I think from the first round or two, he's younger than Beterbiev. He's not young. He's like 30, 31.
Okay,
but he's younger than Beterbiev. In boxing terms, he's young. He hasn't really had a lot of fights.
Right.
But I think it's an interesting fight. I mean, I forgot who it was that said it, but someone said that he's going to go past the second round. Yeah, Nadal says, I guarantee you, Yarde will make it past the second round, unlike Joe Smith.
Yeah, he probably will. I don't think he'll make it through third. This weekend I learned so much about a lot of stuff.
If they fight, I'm gonna say Betterbiev gets them out of there within 6. I think Yarde can at least get to the 4th round. But I wanted to kind of ask you. You said you learned a lot about life. Tell the people, Pop. So you were in New York City, right? And you went to the Betterbiev fight. What are these things about life that you learned?
Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody says I'm a New Yorker. No, I'm a Bostonian. I'm gonna tell you why. Motherfuckers in downtown Times Square going to all the train stations and everything, they literally look like a fucking Twilight Zone. Everybody's rushing to go nowhere, just like this, just going back and forth. Nobody knows nothing. They're just always fucking running. For what? You still gotta wait for the motherfucking train. Slow your asses down. What the fuck? And I really didn't learn that. I'm glad my son I always tell my son, before you make an opinion on this city, go see it yourself, or anything in life, go do your research. I've never went to New York where I literally, I'm not watching on TV. Oh, the Times Square, beautiful, big, large, fucking thing is about as narrow as this, like a motherfucking horse with things on. There's no big thing of everything they have, and no disrespect to New York, and I'm just telling you my opinion, is a fucking illusion. But them motherfuckers look like they're all in the Twilight Zone. And then I got a friend of mine here, 30 years old, 30 years that I know him. I told him, now I know why you fucking keep moving. Believe me, I love Florida.
Do you love South Florida?
Now
South Florida, stand up.
Yeah, stand up, South Florida, because the pace is so different. People are not like in their own mind, just close-minded as much as they are the New Yorkers, straight up. And that's just my honest opinion. You said I love the pizza.
There you go. I was gonna ask something positive.
Yeah.
Positive.
I love that. I want the best in Hearst. I love the pizza.
Yeah, LMB's pizza. New York Pizza Suprema stand up, you know. But let me see. We got more comments, man. I see some great people here. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Don't be stingy. You know, the channel is growing exponentially right now.
And thank you for you all giving us supporting us. Hit that more like buttons. So your success, like I always say, our success is your success.
Yeah, I don't care about Spence Crawford. I'm tired of it. It's easy work for one another. They fight once a year. Fuck Crawford and Spence. Well, that's definitely Hyro. That's definitely Hyro. He put a picture of Sebastian for that says size matters.
Yeah, let me just what I like to see is like they're not waiting. They're making the fight with Betterbiev and Yarde. They're not waiting to squeeze it out, see what's gonna happen with Bivol. You know what I mean? I like when they start taking action on what the real actual fight's gonna happen. Yeah.
Blacklight says prime Andre Ward is the slickest to ever fight in that division. He probably will box the ears out Betterbiev. Listen, he couldn't even box the ears off Sergey Kovalev when they fought the first time. He got his shit pushed back in the first fight against Kovalev. There's a reason. Listen, you can say it's hating. Anybody who knows me, especially Hyro, I know he's here. I was never a fan of Andre Ward when he was fighting. I couldn't stand Andre Ward.
He was always a commentator.
He's a good commentator, but as a fighter, I don't like him. There's a reason why he retired when Bivol and Beterbiev were coming up and Vazdik and all them guys. I'm not saying he would have lost to all those guys, but he clearly didn't want no smoke. QC2 Rasta says, yo, what up, BT and Pop? Hope you fellas are good. I'm on the clock here in South Australia watching. Keep the good work. Appreciate the grind.
Australia can post in the rematch.
Make that money. Yeah. Make that money, man.
Yeah.
Make that money. Absolutely. Make that money. Robert Sanchez, what good with you, champ? Make sure you have fun for me out there in Texas this week. Usam, the fanboy killer, my main man out there in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. He says, I told y'all Betterbiev was war ready. I seen him stunning sparring partners. I'm telling you, this motherfucker is different. Well, everyone's saying the same thing. You saying that. Lionel Thompson saying that. My boy here in South Florida, Steve Gaffard, is saying that. Everyone's saying that. And I believed it a long time ago, but you know, when you see that shit live and in person, it's a little bit different.
Fucking monster.
Yeah. I want the unification fight, but let the young lion Yarde get some work in. Lions in the camp!
Lions in the camp!
Yeah. BT made a video of Andre Ward. BT made a video of saying Andre Ward would be Bivol. I did. I wasn't sold on Bivol at the time when I made that video. But you know what? Whether I thought he would have beat him or Bivol would have beat Ward, when a time came where Bivol was in the picture, Ward didn't only just retire. He retired and then started interviewing him for HBO. If you don't believe me, look it up. Go look up Ward Bivol interview.
You'll see right there.
You know what I'm saying? Beterbiev lost 2 times against Usyk and won once. And one of his defeats, he put Usyk on the floor. It's a fact. Freaking, he's becoming like the Chuck Norris of boxing. Everyone's saying that. Hey, you know, we'll stay on topic because there's more things I want to attack. But I'm gonna go back to screen share. Shout out to everybody here. It's your boy BT, the Untouchable, True School Sports Empire Live. So a lot of people are talking about like Beterbiev and Bivol. That's the fight we want to see, right?
Oh, I don't say that.
But you know, with the politics of boxing, you know, it's always hard to sometimes make these big fights because you have networks involved, millions and millions of dollars on the line, and a lot of egos and pride. You know, boxing sometimes is less about the fighters and more about the executives and promoters in a proverbial and metaphorical pissing contest to see whose dick is bigger.
Yeah.
Right? That's what's happening a lot. And Bob Arum said it like this, man. If Beterbiev and Bivol is to ever happen, we're not doing it on quote unquote dead zone. The zone. Nobody watches it. So let's get to the quotes verbatim and let's dissect from there. So here's what the Bob father himself said about the potential of a Beterbiev Bivol undisputed fight. I quote, "One thing with Beterbiev is that now that he is known to the public and so many people have seen him, we ain't doing a fight on dead zone, which nobody watches. So again, we'll see. I think that when the time comes, Eddie will have Bivol come over and fight Beterbiev for a big audience." And he then went on to comment about Anthony Yarde and Beterbiev, saying that Yarde and Beterbiev will fight in London. I talked this morning with Frank Warren, who will be the co-promoter there. We're planning for a big night at the O2 Arena. So, hey, that's going to be crazy. BT's True School Sports in the building at the O2 Arena. That's going to be crazy.
Legendary.
Legendary O2 Arena. But, yeah. So, look, I'm really hoping, look, there's already add this to the list of things that could potentially stop this fight from happening.
Mm-hmm.
You already got Zordo, who's WBA mandatory. Bivol will probably fight him next. You got Yarde, who's WBO mandatory. He's fighting Betterbiev next, right? Then you got Callum Smith fighting Matteo Batalik from France.
Who the fuck is he? I need to tell me.
He's the number 2 ranked WBC lightweight contender. That's who he is. Okay. So Matteo Batalik versus Callum Smith will fight in the WBC final eliminator. The winner of that fight becomes mandatory, right? So you got probably by the time Yarde and Betterbiev are getting ready to fight, or maybe a month before that, you'll have 3 mandatories due. Yeah. Now you have potential network politics involved because Eddie Hearn's a prideful guy. Will Eddie Hearn let Bob Arum had this fight on the zone when Bivol just beat Canelo? I mean, at the end of the day, Eddie Hearn works hand in hand with the zone. His job is to deliver the biggest fights for the platform. If he can't, Bivol just beat Canelo, who was like the cash cow guy. Right. So by him allowing Bivol to fight on ESPN, he wouldn't be able to reap the benefits of the new star power of the Bivol. Well, so is he going to really let that happen? I don't think so.
I'm going to say like this. This is why I call Bob Arum the Bob Father. Bob Arum has put a lot of good top fights on free ESPN, okay? The Zone lied to its subscribers, so fuck them. And that's what I feel about it.
That's how you feel?
Yeah, they first said they would put all the title fights for free and all this bullshit. And then after the 2020, and then all the $20 subscription, all of a sudden they changed it around. So fuck Eddie Hearns, fuck The Zone. I'm going with Bob Arum and the Bob Father.
You sure you're not being now?
No,
just so you guys know,
I just don't
Pops. There's another interview. Pops actually interviewed Bob Arum. It'll be out on the channel soon. So you're not being biased because you met Bob Arum.
No, I'm not being biased. What I'm derailing from that is that the Zone law. They say nobody watches. He's right. You know why? Because you lied to your actual subscribers and you didn't allow them to have free TV to the main events. Then you say, oh, we have some type of situation or this and that, so we have to go ahead and change it to pay-per-view. So you don't do that to your fans. So I'm not saying Bob Arum is an angel. I'm not saying that by any means, but I will say that Bob Arum allows a lot of fights going on ESPN Plus.
I mean, better be like we've seen much worse fights, way worse fights, fights that shouldn't even be made. Period. But for example, like Charles Martin, Louis Ortiz, that was pay-per-view. Barrio Sturman, pay-per-view. So if you want to use that standard for what is pay-per-view, Betterbiev Smith could have been pay-per-view, but it wasn't pay-per-view. No. It was on free ESPN. I don't know what the ratings did, but I'm going to assume it did well because it's on free ESPN. But he could have. Yeah, Cambo's saying that was on free ESPN. Yeah, so some of the biggest fights of the year, Bob Arum is giving them to you guys on free ESPN. Look at him. Look how he's touching. Artur Beterbiev said he over here baptizing fools. A Bob Father, top rank. Yeah.
He's sharp as hell.
So hopefully, just for the sake of boxing fans, this doesn't become a big issue because we need that fight as soon as possible.
Well, that's what happened with the Jamal fight in what's the fight? Jamal Charlo was supposed to fight somebody good, and then the Golden Boy and the Zone wanted to get involved, and then it happened.
Yeah. Hyro says nobody cares about that stupid app.
Yeah. Tell him, Hyro.
Yeah. They should come to Montreal if they want to make a big fight for Betterbiev versus Bivol since Russia has no fight zone. But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Will it sell good up there, the killer? Will it sell real good in Montreal? Does he sell in Montreal, or has he ever fought in Montreal?
Yes. He fought.
Yes?
He fought.
Where were the Canadians?
Fought Marcus Brown in Montreal.
About in the Canadians?
He fought Marcus Brown in Montreal.
At the same stadium where the Canadians fight?
I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. But yeah, listen, man. Look. Honestly, look, Betterbiev's he's putting himself in rare air. Like he's putting himself to me with like the Chocolatito, with the Jaron Ennis as like one of the fighters that like whenever he fights, I'm gonna want to go to his fights because it was a great experience.
And one thing that when we were talking to his training when we were playing pool, they were saying that most older fighters as they get the age of they get slower and they lose a lot of technicalities in boxing. Betterbiev doing the opposite.
He's aging like a Merlot wine. The guy is actually getting better as he gets. I was just watching Betterbiev's fight today with Hot Rod, and I gotta actually agree with John the Iceman Scully. He said a couple years ago, if you go back and you watch his fights, his punching technique isn't as good as it is now. So I went back and I watched the Hot Rod fight that was 3 years ago,
right?
And it was good. But he's actually like better and more polished now.
Yeah,
at 37.
And the crazy part,
it's weird.
Have you ever seen him tired, breathing hard? like that?
No, not really. No. Listen, BT. I know you like your boy Zordo, but fuck Zordo. He's a champion and he's fighting with nobody. So now you're not. See, you always say fuck Canelo, but now you're using his lines, champ. You can't be doing that. But since you want to talk about Zordo,
Killer, I'm with you on that one.
That's the perfect segue to what I was going to talk about next.
Shit.
So Zordo himself. He's getting sick of the bullshit. You see him looking like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat. If you know, you know. Look at him with sunglasses. He look like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat. He says, and I quote, Bivol has been talking about a fight for 2 years. It's time. So let's get into that and let's dissect that because I'm sick of everybody disrespecting Zordo Ramirez. All right, y'all gonna ignore him and he's gonna be like 50-0.
Well, okay.
But here's what he said. All right, here's what he said about the because he is Bivol's WBA mandatory right now. And, here's what he said about the whole situation. Now, he said the following, and I quote, I appreciate the WBA and believe the right process will be followed. I'm confused about Bivol ducking me. I earned the WBA mandatory challenger position in the ring, not once, but twice. He's been talking about fighting me for the last 2 years. It is time. He then said, my team and I still have a tremendous amount of respect for Bob and Top Rank. He is one of the greatest promoters, and I'll always appreciate Bob for giving me an opportunity. Although we disagreed, it doesn't mean we can't do good business together down the line. I still cherish all my time with Top Rank and wish nothing but the best for Bob and the Top Rank family. So Gilberto Ramirez taking a very mature and pragmatic approach to trying to make fights happen.
Not that personal.
Strictly business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, look, y'all know me. Like I got a video in December. I was saying it in December. I said, look, Bivol versus Zordo, I think is the best fight in boxing. Or one of them. It's up there. It's in the top 2, 3 for me. Look. Right now, ideally, I would like Betterbiev versus Bivol, but I know we're not going to get it because there's already a deal in place for Betterbiev to fight Yarde. If we can get this Bivol fight sorted out for later this year with Zordo, that would just be delightful because then whoever comes out of this bunch between Yarde, Betterbiev, Bivol, Zordo, that's who deserves to be fighting for Undisputed.
Well, let me say it like this. I honestly feel in the last couple of months that who knows if we're not. I've seen the credibility of Golden Boy going down the drain.
Down the shitter.
So don't expect this fight to ever happen right away because motherfucking De La Hoya and the matchmakers don't want to do it. As much as the fighter wants it as bad as he wants it, you'll never hear De La Hoya coming out and saying that. So I've lost a lot of credibility for Golden Boy, so I'm not getting my hopes up.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have. I think he's done it with Sinisa. He's done it with other people. I mean, his credibility.
Hey, speaking of Sinisa, did you see what they're trying to do with Sinisa?
No.
So the girl that she beat last March for her first world title, Annabelle Ortiz, decisively. Annabelle Ortiz after that went on to lose to Melina Esparza. They're trying to make the Annabelle Ortiz Sinisa Estrada rematch happen. A very pointless rematch.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It'll probably be on the Virgil Ortiz McKinson undercard.
The matchmaking for Golden Boy is bad, and De La Hoya making the last fight. I forgot who.
So you're saying that Golden Boy is just too incompetent. You don't think they're incompetent to deliver this fight for Gordo and get it over the line?
No, they haven't done it for him for years. They're not going to do it now.
Okay.
And I think now I'm starting to see. I see my own opinion that Golden Boy's credibility. I heard some of the subscribers were saying like, "What the fuck's wrong with Golden Boy putting Ramirez with this no name or this?"
Dominic Bozell.
Yeah. So,
man, that was
so. I mean, a lot of subscribers, a lot of fighting fans are really upset that they don't hype up. And then when the crazy part is, I went into a couple of fights and they actually put the damn motherfuckers online and they didn't want to give me the answer. So their credibility to me, I don't think this fight will ever happen because they're full of shit.
Damn. So Pop said mandatory or not, we not getting no damn Zordo versus Bivol. So I actually don't agree with him. I think we will get. I think we will get Zordo versus Bivol next, like later on in the year in the fourth quarter, because like Bivol is not going to get Betterbiev next because Betterbiev has a mandatory obligation with Yarde. So in the meantime, I think he should settle this fight with Zordo. It'll be a big fight in like the Southern California area because Zordo's Mexican and Bivol just beat the biggest Mexican star and the biggest star in boxing in Canelo Alvarez, right? So that this fight with them two will never be bigger than it is now. There'll never be more money to be made than there is now. And I just think I think the way it's going to go is we're getting Betterbiev versus Yarde October 22nd, and we'll probably get Zordo versus Bivol probably in October as well, around the same time frame. So that's what it is with Zordo. But let me go back to the comments because I know we got some good comments. Shout out to everybody here, all 40 of you lovely people. All right, so let me see who we got. Zordo is the Munguia of the division, a real straight bum, flat-footed, slow, no skills punk. No, he's not Munguia, bro. Please stop that. Please. He ain't Munguia. Munguia, don't do that. Bivol hasn't fought a mandatory in 2 years and sat his ass down for 2 years. You're always hating on Bivol. You're always trying to talk about these mandatories, Hyro. Why do you think Golden Boy sucks? They're on dead zone. Dominic Bozell was the mandatory for 2 years. And he finally got his shot. And when that shot came, he looked like he got shot. So, it is what it is. Bivol would walk through that slow, flat-footed clown. His whole resume is doo-doo. You sure? I don't think it's doo-doo. I think you're being very harsh, my friend. But hey, we're all entitled to our own opinions. That makes the sport of boxing and talking about it so great. I don't think Zordo has the greatest resume in the world, but his resume isn't trash either. Anyway, wanted to pivot back into Anthony Yarde, right? Because Anthony Yarde, Betterbiev, these two guys are scheduled to fight later on in the year. We're talking about October the 22nd, London, O2 Arena. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. So Anthony Yarde says, Betterbiev is a beast. He is very hard, but I'm a beast too. So let's get into the quotes from Anthony Yarde about one Artur Beterbiev. He said the following, and I quote, "He's a beast. He is very hard, but I'm a beast too. That's why I think it's such an exciting matchup." He then goes on as far as dissecting this Betterbiev-Smith fight, how it played out. He said, "I knew they were going to come at each other, and it was literally whoever landed first. I think Smith had a chance, of course. They both got knockout punching power. When two fighters like that come together, there's due to be an exciting fight and quite possibly a knockout. I feel like me and Joe Smith are different fighters, and I feel like Joe Smith Jr.'s best chance was to go out and do what he did, but again, he's come up a bit short. I think I was younger," and he's talking about the Kovalev fight, where he basically said he was younger. And then, there were other comments where Anthony Yarde said that Betterbiev and Smith were a lot slower than he thought they would be, and he really fancies his chances against Artur Beterbiev. So listen, man, that's going to be a great fight. That would be a great event. I think the British boxing fans, who are some of the best boxing fans in the world, deserve to experience some of what I experienced in New York City this past weekend, and that is just to see Artur Beterbiev do his thing. And, they're going to get great support. I'm sure a lot of people are going to go in there backing Anthony Yarde and make it a great event. And I'm looking very forward to going to that fight. You probably won't catch me at no more than one fight in between now and that fight, because I want to go to the UK for a fight, and that'll be a great one to go to. Michael Benson, right? Shout out to Michael Benson. Supposedly, right, Artur Beterbiev, and I'm glad Pop just walked in because I wanted him to hear this. Supposedly, after the fight, Artur Beterbiev was talking to the reporters, and he pretty much said that, look, at some point in time, he's going to move to heavyweight.
Yeah. They actually.
What do y'all think about that? What do you think about that, Pops?
Hey, man, I'll say it like this. His goal is to become undisputed at 175. So if he moves up, so be it. Maybe we'll get that Usyk and Beterbiev fight.
Okay, now let's play a little game, Pop, and you guys can play along with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the ranking as heavyweight, and I want you to tell me which of these heavyweights you think he could beat up. All right. So I guess I'll start with Michael Hunter.
Beat him down.
You think so?
Yep. Michael Hunter's been fighting, but he hasn't been putting the big dogs and very inconsistent.
Okay, what about Lucas Brown coming off of his big win against?
He'll definitely put him in retirement before the first fucking bell. He's done.
What about Daiquiri Mack Truck Scott?
That's where he's gonna go. He's gonna get hit by a Mack Truck by a Beterbiev if you got that right.
Philip Hergovic.
I like Philip Hergovic.
Oh no!
I love Philip Hergovic, but I'm riding with the Russian on this one. I think he's just too skillful, too strong.
You think he's gonna beat up Philip Hergovic?
He just beat up a tall.
Joe Smith Jr. is not a heavyweight.
Yeah. No, I'm riding. I'll ride with Beterbiev.
Wow, no love. Okay.
But I still love my animals.
Okay. What about Otto Wallin? What do you think about Otto Wallin versus Beterbiev?
After he's finished, he's gonna go to the unemployment line.
Jesus. What about?
I'm rating him high because I see when I see in the light how he's improved.
But he's not heavy. But the heavy.
You're basically saying it's a big. So you're saying
25 plus pounds he's gonna put on.
Who's that?
Beterbiev.
Do you see how that motherfucker trains? Do you see his power?
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna lose power? Do you think he's gonna lose power if he goes over weight?
He will lose a little bit.
I don't think not enough to bring him down. I don't think.
Okay, how about Luis Ortiz? I know you're not gonna pick him to beat Luis Ortiz because that's your boy.
I like Lewis Ortiz. He's too old. I'm riding with Beterbiev.
So Dillian White.
What? Dillian White?
What do you think about Betterbiev versus Dillian White? Does he beat Dillian White?
I'm telling you, I'm picking him right now. I have to.
Are you picking him against all the heavyweights?
Not all of them.
I want to ask you, okay. Andy Ruiz.
You'll beat Andy Ruiz.
Oh my God. Okay.
This guy's
Anthony Joshua.
Joshua gotta get back Usyk. He can't handle Usyk. How tall he is in that movement.
Oh.
You think he's gonna handle Beterbiev punches?
No. What about Joseph Parker? Is Betterbiev gonna be?
Parker will beat the. Beterbiev will beat the fuck out of Parker.
Okay, is he gonna be Joe Joyce too?
I don't know about that. He possibly. Yo, listen, I'm
Deontay Wilder. Is he beating up Deontay Wilder?
I gotta see what Deontay Wilder does. He just came back.
Oh
from
my
vacation.
gosh! How about Daniel Dubois? Could he beat Daniel Dubois?
I'm gonna put it like this.
Could he be Trey Bryan? Okay, I'll stop.
Listen, I have to ride with him because we've questioned Beterbiev before all this happened. Everybody always has questions about him, right? Now he gave everybody all the answers that he wanted, right? I mean, honestly, I don't want to bring up Canelo, but I have to bring in this situation. Canelo, prior to Beterbiev beating the fuck out of Brown, I guarantee he was gonna pick Beterbiev. But when he seen what Beterbiev did to Brown, he didn't. And everybody doesn't give that man enough credit.
He was never going to pick Betterbiev, just so you know.
He wasn't?
He was never going to pick Betterbiev.
You think so?
He didn't need to watch Rockets. He was never going to pick.
Are you serious?
Never.
Okay.
Canelo, because even if Canelo would have won that fight, he won't take a punishment.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What about Betterbiev versus Bermain Stavern? You think he beat Bermain Stavern, the former WBC champion? God, remember he was WBC champion. Remember that?
I'm riding with the Russian. I'm sorry.
Pops is picking Betterbiev versus everyone at heavyweight.
Two things I learned this weekend. I seen a lot live from Betterbiev, and I also learned a lot. I don't want to change the subject, but I have to say, I've been a big fan of Artur Ortiz. That freaking did that thing did a turnaround real quick.
Wait, so you on the boots hype train now?
I'm not on his hype train. I see what he can do. I seen what the motherfucker can do.
All right, well, you don't got to divulge too much information, Pops.
Okay, I'm not saying that.
What impressed you about seeing him spar? What impressed you?
His athletic movement, his punch accuracy.
But you couldn't see it on TV?
What I seen from him is crazy.
Yeah.
It took me a long time. You know I'm hard-headed and stubborn too.
Yeah.
So it takes me a while. I mean, you've been beating this down for how long?
A long time.
Yeah.
Betterbiev versus Jared Anderson. We know that American heavyweights are no good.
Ooh. Who's that, Harold?
So Pops, so pretty much Pops, you think Betterbiev is gonna run through the whole heavyweight division?
Well, I mean,
apart from like the Usyks and the Furies,
okay,
you're picking him against everybody.
He weighed 175. Let's happily say he comes in at 215, right? That's still a light heavyweight, right?
No, it's heavyweight.
So I'm saying, but it's still a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
Compared to the other heavyweights.
Yeah.
He's gonna have movement. I still think he might lose a little power, but not enough. He can move around, and he will break the fuck out of you. Yeah, he will break you down.
So who, of all these heavyweights, who do you think would be like the ideal first fight? Like, okay, what do you think about like? Are
you saying like a tune-up, like a?
Like a tune-up, maybe like him versus like a Dillian White.
That'd be fine.
Or Michael Hunter.
Fuck Michael Hunter. He didn't want to fight Hogan. Fuck him.
Hey, just so you guys know,
No.
Pops. Let me see. Pops,
the new sponsor, Top Rank.
The new sponsor at Top Rank. Pops about to start saying some crazy shit when you see this out.
What's Top Rank?
You know, Pops is about to be on one.
The Godfather put me on this.
You know, the Godfather.
I don't know. I think for him to come into the division, probably get like a decent fight with any of those names that you name out there.
Yeah.
But I don't. I think he beats a lot of them.
Okay.
I mean, because when we were looking at him at 175, people never give him credit anyways when he was 16, 15, and 0, whatever, knocking out these motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
People were saying the same thing. I think his time came when he beat the shit out of Brown, right? And Canelo had an option to get him, but then, like you said, it was not going to happen.
He's never going to fight him.
So then, when he beat him and he moved up and did what he did with the Smith, now what are you going to say about him moved to heavyweight? Like, that's what I'm asking. Is the weight going to be a big factor in him? I don't think it will.
What I think was, if I'm Betterbiev and I'm talking about scaling weight classes, right? He should go to Bridgerweight, right? No, but listen, hear me out. Because the guy who has belt at Bridgerweight is a big name in Canada.
Take him.
Oscar Rivas. Rivas. And he's a former heavyweight, good contender, you know.
What's that? What's that? 188, 190?
Cruiserweight is like, I think it's like 170. Bridgerweight's like, I forgot. But like he can go to cruiserweight, he can go to bridgerweight.
To chopping up.
Because going from 175 straight to heavyweight might be too big of a jump. Right, so gradually work your way up,
adjust it,
and win some belts along the way.
Yeah, got a good point, BT.
Yeah. Now I want to get to Armando's comments. Shout out to Armando Hidalgo. Shout out to everybody here. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and definitely feel free to super chat so we can continue to go to a place like New York, get in Philadelphia, and get this world-class content.
That's right.
He says, how do you compare Anthony Yarde to Joe Smith Jr.? Does he bring something to the table against Betterbiev? He does bring things to the table. First of all, I would say I like Joe, but Yarde, as far as combinations and volume, he's throwing a lot. He's getting a lot more of his shots out quicker than Joe Smith Jr. He's still strong. I think early on, like the first 3-4 rounds, that fight's a very exciting fight. Obviously, I think Betterbiev will eventually take away, the speed and things like that. But from the first 2-3 rounds, you're gonna get a great fight. And who knows? This is boxing. Yarde's a very strong, athletic fighter with good reflexes. Who's to say that he doesn't hit Betterbiev with the wrong shot and take him to some places he hasn't been? You just never know. I don't think it will happen. I think Betterbiev will stop Yarde with inside 6 rounds. But I'm not one to ride out people's chances. I think Yarde brings a much more athletic a fighter as far as the quick twitch muscles, the power, and the reflexes.
Yeah, what I like about Betterbiev,
that's the difference.
When he came out, two things they said to him: a good fighter in the ring and being a smart fighter in the ring is a dangerous fighter. 1 and 2. When he fought Smith, he said he looked at the open holes that Smith left open on you like this. So what I'm trying to get at. He's not a stupid fighter. He's gonna find the holes and you got fire. That's like English.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, good.
Just so you know, so cruiserweight is 200 pounds, bridgeweight is 215 to 225.
Wow.
So he could come in at 215, 225.
Yeah.
And fight, Oscar Rivas for the bridgeweight title.
I think even when he makes that, I think he's gonna be a small heavyweight. But I think his power. You say he's gonna lose power, right? He lose power when you said he's gonna lose a lot of power from that.
Not a lot, but
enough. I mean, I get it. If he weighs like, let's say 220, 225, then he's fighting a guy that's 275. That's a lot of shit to bring down.
Yeah.
So, but we'll find out.
He'll get a test.
Yeah, for sure.
He knocked Yarde out the arena and into orbit.
Yeah. The best thing for me with Yarde, he should have just taken that fucking step aside. Because I'm going to tell you like this. I'll be straightforward like this. All that money that he could have step aside, he could have paid for his hospital bill because he's gonna get one when he fights.
Damn.
Yeah,
damn. Nobody given. It seems like the only.
I like Yarde. I'm a big fan of Yarde. He got a big. I did his contract. I haven't approved. I just don't think what I seen. Yes, what I seen, motherfucker, Betterbiev. I don't think Yarde has enough for him. Yarde says he's cheating. He's this. He's too slow. Well, guess what? I bet Joe Smith talked the same thing. Ask Joe Smith.
Joe Smith actually didn't talk at all.
No,
you had the press conference.
He never said nothing negative. What I'm getting at. So you can't He's saying he's too slow in that. When he catches you one of the fucking punches and you feel it for the first time, it's not a soft punch, it's a fucking cannon. If he's breaking nose and hurting guys in sparring and they tell him to slow down, he's just gonna come out. He's a straight killer. I'm telling you that. He's not gonna go in there and box you. If he has to, he will, but he's not. If Yarde thinks he's gonna go and dance and do all this stuff and he catches you one, it's gonna be fucking good night. He's a fucking killer.
Absolutely. Iro says, Pops, what is your thoughts on Andy Cruz defected from Cuba? He is 26. Andy Cruz, Andy Cruz? Andy Cruz is the guy that beat Shakur Stevenson in the gold medal match.
Okay, what
he won 2 straight gold medals. Great, probably one of the greatest Cuban amateurs of all time.
But
he just defected from Cuba today.
Right.
So he'll be turning pro soon. And from what I've heard...
Is that the guy that got the award, that got the meal when he won?
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good, man. I'll say like that. But you know who I'm riding for Cuba? I'm riding with Ramirez.
I'm riding with Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz.
Are they in the same weight class?
I don't think so. They're around the same weight because I know he fought.
Reese is nasty.
He fought Keyshawn Davis. No, he's a bit bigger. Yeah. He fought Keyshawn Davis.
You see what he did with Abraham? No disrespect to Abraham Nova.
Killed the mascot.
But my son was telling me that doesn't mean my son. No disrespect, but he was never a fan of him. And then when you see Reese push him back, he said, "Dad, this is not really a big fight like you think it is."
It's not. Look. All respect to Abraham Nova. Look, he's a classy guy, and he took the loss well. And we saw him at the hotel after. I have nothing bad to say about him as a person. As we're just talking strictly boxing, I really never thought his skills were up to par. And I thought Top Rank did a good job of keeping him undefeated for a long, long time. And he tried to weight bully his way to a world title. They put him in there with Ramirez, who was significantly smaller than him. And I told Pops, look, this fight is going to be very one-sided, and Robisi's going to beat the shit out of him. But I'm going to tell you this. Robisi's 3-fight run, oh, my God. Orlando Cabo Gonzalez stopped him. Oh, no. Outclassed him. Mm-hmm. Eric Donovan, the former Irish Olympian, good southpaw, knocked him out in 3 rounds. And now he stops Abram Nova. He's in a good little run of form, and it's like, BC is actually now becoming a complete professional. But to get back to the original question, the original question wasn't about BC. It was about Andy Cruz.
I have to look more. I don't know much about him, even though it's a big name, this and that, and you got a dozen of A's for his reward in Cuba. I have to do more work on studying.
Andy Cruz, listen, Andy Cruz, I think is going to be phenomenal. And,
what do you see about him that makes him so special?
Obviously his boxing skills is very athletic.
He's got that Cuban style.
Black Light saying that Cubans don't transition well to the pros, but I don't know where he's been. But I don't know if you heard of Guillermo Rigondeaux or BC Ramirez, Luis Ortiz, Joel Casamayor. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Now some Cubans don't transition well to the pros, but not to put a blanket statement and say Cubans as a whole don't transition to the pros.
Decent.
Frank Sanchez ranked.
Yeah.
Edgar Berlanga is what AJ haters think AJ is, a proper hype job at the highest order. If hype job was in the dictionary, you would see a picture of Edgar Berlanga. You mean the chosen one?
Yeah.
You mean the future of Puerto Rican boxing?
Man,
no, I'm joking.
Well, it's funny you're saying that. I seen his father in New York, but I didn't get a time to talk to him because he was busy with everything else. But I was trying to move up so I could ask him at least 1 or 2 questions, but he was too busy because I was going to ask him like, "Yo, you can't be changing trainers. You can't be doing this." Even Timothy Brody said the same thing. What's it doing changing to this guy when this guy was better form?
Yeah, so we're going to see.
We're seeing him too, Anthony Rozier. We're seeing him too. Like we didn't have time.
Yeah, so we'll see how happens with Berlanga, man.
God bless him, though.
He he hasn't lost a fight yet, but he hasn't looked sensational either. And when you have the expectations he has, it's like, you got to deliver, Pops, can you go live this week for the only Puerto Rican champion for me? That he's talking about the fight.
You gonna be here?
Jonathan Gonzalez. No, I'll be in Vegas. I'll go to Vegas tomorrow.
I'll go live for you. I'll go. You send me the link or whatever.
Yeah. And Slotello, and by the way, shout out to Slotello. He says Edgar Berlanga is what AJ haters think AJ is, a proper hype job.
I mean, to be fair though, but I'll be like this. AJ has accomplished a lot more, right? With the divisions, he's kept the
way more. Are you serious?
He's carried boxing UK until all these other fighters came along. And he's won a lot of belts too, right before. So,
yeah.
You can't really just say, you can't just like hate on AJ. AJ's done something for himself that freaking Berlanga's never stepped into.
I just belong to most fighters. When will we see the bridgerweights? I have no clue. You might want to ask Kyra about that. That's his weight class.
Oh yeah,
that's his guy. Are y'all going live next Saturday? So what's next Saturday?
I have to go check.
You gotta be specific, man. Listen, I'm very busy, man. My brain is everywhere.
I mean, we'll get to it, but just let me know.
Listen, we're going live this week for
Gonzalez.
Jonathan Gonzalez Friday on Pro Box Promotion on our Pro Box TV.
We have that.
We'll go live for BAM. I don't know if I'll be on it, but at minimum, Pops will be live for BAM.
Be on for that.
And then what's the week? I'm not even sure what the hell is the week after that. So you might need to tell me what the hell is the week after BAM, because I'm only just focused on June.
I mean, right now we got so much going on. It's crazy. And what you guys don't understand, Brendan's not even finished. Brendan, after all these lives and everything, he's working late night time by himself. I can't do none of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
This guy's putting in the work. The success time to come out because of you guys, and we really appreciate it. But you don't know. I don't know how he does it. Fucking go sleep at night. He gets up from 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning after being 24 hours up. He continue doing it. I don't know how he does it, but you know what? To be successful, you gotta grind.
Yeah. Jesus M says, BT, what are your thoughts on Bob Merriam saying nobody knows Bivol because of the DAZN? Here come the excuses. Well, I just read the article. He didn't say they don't know Bivol because of DAZN. They said that nobody watches DAZN. They said that nobody cares or watches the DAZN app. You know, it wasn't about Bivol. But as far as the whole network politics are concerned, as I was saying earlier, you can add it to the list of all the other things that could hinder the fight we all want to see. There's already the Anthony Yarde mandatory due. There's a Zordo mandatory due. You got Callum Smith fighting Matteo Badalic from France in the WBC final eliminator. Smith will probably win. He's going to be WBC mandatory if he wins the fight. So, you know, to hear this is not encouraging if that's the fight you want.
I'm going to say like about Bivol's exposure. He really got exposed, I mean, the audience-wise, because of we won't say his name, the Mexican fighter. And actually, people got more got to see Bivol fight.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about Bam. Yeah, we'll be live for that. We'll be live for that. Definitely. Got to show much love
Who you got?
and support for Bam. Oh, another fight that's happening this weekend, I believe it's this weekend, is in Australia. Now, I might sneak this one because, you know, the Australian lives getting crazy views.
Yeah.
But you got Liam Paro. I'm not sure this week, but Liam Paro is taking on Brock Jarvis. Is that this week? I'm pretty sure it's this week.
I like Liam Paro.
When is
Did you
that?
interview him?
Yeah. Liam Paro, Brock Jarvis. I'll be honest with you. I don't know shit about Brock Jarvis. I got to do some homework. But when the hell is this fight happening? Liam Paro, Brock Jarvis, top Australia card. And when is the day for this fight?
Is he good?
Hold on.
Not Paro.
I don't know. Oh, it's in September.
Also got
Man, we got time. I asked somebody if that fight was this weekend, and they said it was this weekend. So never mind.
No.
I got time, and that's good. But either way, we'll cover that.
Shit, probably in the damn UK doing some shit.
We see Bivol is more popular than Betterbiev now. He is because of the Canelo thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Tony Mack says Aaron will ask a favor from Johnny Beck to get rid of Berlanga for him.
I think Johnny Beck is more interested in the Boo Andre fight. I don't think he will fight Berlanga.
Boo Andre isn't interested in the Johnny Beck fight.
So what is he gonna do?
And drum, you know, I gotta do. Hold on, I have to talk about this. Hold on, I don't know if you saw this. Did you hear about Drum Miller today?
He's coming back.
Okay, he's coming back, but did you hear like in the context in which he's coming back?
No.
Okay, I'm glad. That's good. So now we're gonna get an authentic reaction from Pops on this. So we'll screen share for those that know and for those that don't know. Thank you for reminding me, Joe. By the way,
Thank you.
So Drum Miller is fighting this Thursday in Argentina for the WBA's KO to Drugs Festival.
Yeah, he needs that one.
But don't you think it's like it's a bad look for Drum Miller to come back on a card like this because you know he has the drug history? And
I think what he's basically coming out is saying like, you know, I fucked up and I'll come here to box and I'm a changed boxer, which I hardly doubt it. I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt until he gets caught again. But I mean, that's why he's doing it. He's bringing more attention to say like he's trying to trying
to clean his name. Yeah.
Yeah. But we all know. I think he did it in UFC a couple times, and I don't know what else.
Kickboxing, not UFC.
Yeah,
kickboxing.
Kickboxing, whatever. Wish him the best. We're big fans of his.
I like Jarrell. I mean, I just seen Jarrell.
Yeah, so
right.
So I think Jarrell Miller doing that is basically saying, "Hey, listen, I'm a fuck up, but I'm trying to change my image, and I'm willing to support something, even though I already got myself what's it called stain."
Yeah. Shit, Chanel. They should get Canelo on that card too.
Canelo had her feeling that. Tell me what you. I ain't gonna go to that.
Yeah. My bad. I should have brought it up. But
my son has rules.
It's crazy because like, man, Jarrell Miller really has fallen on some hard times, man. Because last I heard,
isn't he gonna fight?
The last time I heard, he was supposed to fight on Triller.
Yeah.
Now he's not fighting on Triller. Now he's fighting on some random Argentinian card. So he went from potentially headlining a card at Madison Square Garden against Anthony Joshua.
But wait a minute, wasn't he signed to Triller?
Listen, he must have saw what happened to Sergey Kovalev and said no. Did you happen to Kovalev?
Mm-hmm. What happened?
They haven't paid him yet. Yeah, Triller.
Oh shit!
What do you think about that?
I'll be honest. I think
that's probably why he's not on Triller.
Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller is actually he's been out of the boxing scene for a while, so he needs to eat. So he's fighting anyway right now. Right now, I don't think any other top promoters over here. I'm quite sure Eddie Hearn's not gonna take him back.
Yeah.
So he has to find some kind of promotional company. I'm not saying that's the one he should go to, but at least it's a step up for him to get his confidence back and just to get back in the ring and prove to himself, you know?
Shout out to my guy at the boxing section. He says it was great meeting y'all this week. Yes, likewise, boxing section.
Mm-hmm.
It was great seeing you. Best of wishes to what you got going on your channel. I know you do like the documentaries and stuff. I haven't had a chance to watch any of them, but I am going to sit down and like watch
That's
one
the
of
guy
them.
I pointed to you?
No, the boxing section. He was the guy. I don't know if you remember him. I remember him because when I wanted to interview Boots, he was talking to Boots, and then like me and him conversated a little bit.
Oh, he was in a thing.
He was with Leon. So Leon
Muhammad, yeah.
No, not Leon Muhammad. Leon Cooper, the dude from Vegas.
Okay.
The dude, you know what I'm talking about? The dude that was working out doing the
chips. Yeah.
Yeah, he was with him at that hotel.
Okay.
I don't know if you were. I think you were somewhere else. No. But if I showed you his face, you'd know.
Okay.
But he's a good guy. Shout out to him.
Thank you.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Rigo had a gas cylinder incident at home that messed up his eyes. He may be temporarily blind. Well, listen, man. Look, he had a great career. I don't think Rigo needs to prove anything to you, me, or anybody else. He's a great fighter. So hopefully he gets better soon and we can see him back in the ring. Man, I hope Robisi faces off against Mark Maxwell. I feel like Navarrete won't take Robisi too dangerous and no belt, but maybe after Robisi takes out Maxwell. Well, we can't even talk about Maxwell because Maxwell got to fight Vargas, and he might not even get through that. Because
which fight is he fighting?
Truthfully speaking, people say that I'm a Mark Maxwell hater. You know what? I'm not hiding it. All right, I don't think Mark Maxwell is that good. I think they're trying to make this kid more than what he really is, and we'll see what happens when he fights Vargas.
Yeah.
Let me see. We got shout out to True School for making the trip to Philly. Great interview. Yeah, thank you, man. It was great. I want to go back. I can't wait to go back to.
I'm telling you, whenever tell me to go to Philly, I'm going with him.
Yeah.
It's the best gym I like, and I've gone to all kinds of gyms.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, here goes Howard with that bullshit. Mark Sal beat Gary Russell Jr. Unbelievable.
I love Howard.
Unbelievable. Y'all know what's a possible fight at 147, if I'm not mistaken. Both fighters are under the same promotion. Conor Ben versus Daniel Lusanov. Daniel Lusanov is no longer signed to Eddie Hearn. He hasn't been signed to Eddie Hearn in a long time. From what I remember last hearing about Daniel Lusanov, I believe he's now signed to Probellum. So listen, for Lusanov, great talent. We know he was a gold medalist. We know that Southpaw from Kazakhstan. I would love that fight, but you got to understand the business we're in. Eddie Hearn loves Conor Ben. That's like his golden goose.
The name.
He doesn't even want to put Conor Ben in with so much as a Florian Marcoux or Michael McKinson or any of the top European or British level guys. So why would he put him in there with Daniel Lusanov?
Hey, Stanosis would beat the shit out of him, right?
Stanosis?
Yeah.
Conor Ben?
Yeah.
Be a good fight. Yeah, he might just fucking want to beat the shit out of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good fight. But Eddie Hearn will not make that fight. Eddie Hearn is not gonna put Conor Ben in no legitimately really tough fights against real 40. Now he may put him in there with a name 140 pounder who fights at 147, i.e. Chris Algieri, i.e. even my boy Adrian Granados. But
I'm gonna tell you one thing: the BT tour with the fights at top rank. The top rank is the best mess.
They do.
What you call it?
The matchmakers. They do. No doubt about it.
Fight to all the other fighters over there, and BT's like, damn, they don't know how to match.
That's why I haven't completely written off Berlanga. People are like, BT, why are you not riding off Berlanga? Because Berlanga has top ranked matchmaking behind him.
Right.
And if there was any company in boxing that could still turn Berlanga into world champion with as many glaring holes as he has, it's Top Rank.
Yeah.
They've done more with less than Berlanga.
Yeah, we went to New York to see the boxing Golden Glove boxing tournament. Then we went to the fights, and BT's like that. He's pops. They know how to match people.
They just do. That's why
Is Golden Boy on the same level?
No.
I just can't throw it out there.
No. Kevin Effect says, you ain't the only one, BT. Fuck Mark style. I look at him like the paper champion. The man got beat by a one-arm Gary Russell Jr. And listen, even if you don't think he beat Gary Russell Jr. beat him, that could have been a draw. It wasn't no clear decision. And the fact that he couldn't get a clear decision and convincingly beat Gary Russell Jr. with one arm, and then when you factor in the previous fight when he fought a 118-pounder in Julio Ceja who was pushing him back and beating him, okay? And then eventually, size played itself out and he landed a good shot and knocked him out. But he's not like that,
and
guys.
That's why you got to give the props and the flowers to Gary Russell Jr. because he fought the whole fight with one arm and still took him to the rounds that he took him to. So I don't know what the judges what they do. Give the favor to Russell. Russell fought with one arm. I did have both arms.
Yes, no, absolutely. Daniel says he has to change his style. Daniel Lusanov don't got to. To me, look, I'm not in favor of fighters changing their style. Your strengths are your strengths. You shouldn't have to fight outside of that. Now, will he ever be a ticket seller even if he changes his style? No. So I don't think you should try to do that now.
Yeah,
I think for him, the important thing is just to get back in the ring and get active. Whether he changes his style or not, the welterweights, the other managers, they know that Daniel Lusanov is one of the most talented welterweights in the world, and they're going to need to fight him for something. That's not a fight that you're just going to take as a voluntary or anything like that.
And one thing that I learned from BT that he told me sometimes fighters you can't change their style. That's just the way they fight.
So they fight.
Sometimes I see fighters. I said BT, why they always fight the same way? Don't change it. He said they try to change. You just can't. You just have to accept what they are.
And you got to work with it.
Best ability is what they got.
That's it. God gives us all our own unique strengths and weaknesses. So we shouldn't be here like
trying to change that.
Trying to change
things. If a boxer
things.
for 25 years, throwing whatever how he's doing, whatever move he makes, you're not gonna change it from that, even if it's hurts him or not. That's just the way he is. That's what BT tell me. It's not as easy as you think to change that.
Harold says, how can Gary Russell be injured coming off a 2-year layoff? Because Harold, if you know anything about boxing, which you know a little bit,
you know how many boxers break their hands in boxing?
It's actually your when you get older and you have ring rust and inactivity, your body becomes more fragile. The chances of you getting injured are actually heightened when you have a layoff and then you just fight in the big world championship fight.
I think Tank came out and said, I'm sorry, BT. Tank came out when he was fighting Pitbull Cruz, and he says one of his hands hurt. It happens. You throw a punch and you hit it hard and you twist it or something. You literally do. But you won't know unless you experience it in the boxing and actually fighting a fighter. And most of them, like Tank, he had to carry the fight also with a bad hand. Whatever you want to call it. Not making excuses to win or whatever. I'm just saying that boxers don't know what to expect. And sometimes they fight with a broken hand or something. You don't know it.
That's just the way
to get that paycheck.
That's just the way the game goes. You know, this is a hard, tough, arduous. I'm breaking up the vocabulary words. Arduous, road to get a paycheck for these guys. So anybody who gets in the ring, whether they be a world championship fighter or a journeyman with 30 losses, you give them they're just doing their respect because it takes a lot to get in there and fight. So it is.
You know, people will not give credit to because they say he beat an old man Duran.
Well, Harold was in the comments. He'll let you know about that. Oh, hey, Harold in the comments. Let Pops know that you're not giving Inoue no credit, and tell him why you're not giving him no credit.
Donaire's a legend. What are you talking about?
Tell him, Harold, in the comments.
I read about that. I was kind of shocked people still not throwing flowers on Inoue for beating him. They say he's too old. The same thing you're saying with some of these fighters. They're going to pick out something. They're going to say this. They're going to say that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you mentioned Bam earlier. Let's kind of like pivot to that for a second because we got a great fight this weekend with Bam Rodriguez and Rungvisai. Now, Pops, what do you make of that fight?
I'll be like this. What I really respect about Bam Rodriguez is he moved up to about 2 weight classes, whatever, to get what he got at 130. He did it, and then
115.
115. Then he went on and moved up again, and now he's fighting a friggin' big, strong guy that beat your favorite fighter, Chocolatito, and I'm quite sure he hits hard. I like the young in him. I like the hungriness in him. I like that he's going to be up there. But I think this fight might be just too much for him.
Think so? Wait. So is this one of those times where you go? Because I know you're saying experience. Is this one of those times where you think experience? The experience of Rungvisai and the physicality overtakes Bam.
Bam Rodriguez has grown up from that fight that he had and got the belts and everything and moving up to weight class or whatever case he wanted. But I just think Rungvisai is not going to be that easy to beat. But then again, who beat him? Quadras beat him twice?
No.
Who was it?
Gaio beat him. Gaio beat him once.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Can you see any similarities with the way Bam fights with Gaio's?
Any similarities?
Yeah, but I'm trying to get at it. If you can tell me
the styles are different. Like Gaio is a counter puncher. Bam has, I think, maybe a little bit more layers to him. Right. Can pivot a bit more, power puncher, more of a front foot dominant fighter. So I wouldn't say that there's a ton of similarities, but there's definitely things I think Bam can do to beat Rungvisai. The blueprint is there, But the thing is, beating Rungvisai, when I tell you how to do it, or anybody tells you to do it, it always sounds straightforward and easy until you step in the ring with him. Yeah. Because the dude is physical. The guy has more skills than people give him credit for. He can counterpunch a little bit. He's got a good right hook. Mm-hmm. He's got great stamina. He's probably one of the most physically strong, if not the most physically strong guy at 115. So it's like,
who
I listen. Bam can lose this fight and get knocked out in 2 rounds. He still has my respect because when he beat Quadras, I said, okay, go back down to 112, 108, and go do that there. He said, no, I'm going to stay here. And I said, okay, you're going to stay? Okay, cool. You can fight, Gaio, maybe Chocolatito, but just don't fight Rungvisai. That's going to be like a really tough fight for a second fight. And that's exactly who he's fighting. So like Kev says, if Bam pulls this off, I'm giving him a small respect. I'm giving him respect for just taking the fight, honestly.
Think that, would you give any credit to Eddie Hearn, or you think you just throw him to the dogs?
I think Eddie Hearn, like Matchroom Boxing and DAZN, they're just trying to create a star.
Okay.
Any way they can. So this is one of the guys that,
and more so because he's from the States.
They have a chance. Yeah, he's a smaller guy from the States. So he's a smaller guy from the States, very talented, And that makes them even more marketable than, let's say, some of these guys from other countries who are still great fighters, but there's that language barrier. There's a level of communication that's not there between the fighters at flyweight and the American fans.
Yeah.
But bam, you don't got to worry about that. Right. So it's like there's a chance to actually do something here. And look, I'm going to say this, and I want to just throw this out there for you guys. If Bam beats Rungvisai, especially if he beats him in sensational fashion, don't rule this out. I think Rick Glaze made a great point when I had him on here. Don't rule out Bam Rodriguez for Chocolatito. But not just hold on. Not just Bam versus Roman regular fight, but on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
on pay-per-view.
And for
I'd pay that.
Shout out for Fire Away with Glazer. He knows what good fights to be on pay-per-view, and I think that but you also said that, but maybe I remember you told me that could possibly be a fight that they could have, and you say as long as Chocolatito still can make a new version of himself and still fight and win the fights, so be it.
Yeah. What's up, BT? Why is nobody promoting Cuba's top amateur pro debut? 4 gold medalists. Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Andy Cruz? Or who are you talking about specifically? Yeah, no, Bam's got great skills, great footwork. I think for him, it's like when he goes and he steps into that kitchen with Rungvisai, he's got to make sure that he don't get hit or because Rungvisai will use anything. He'll hit you on the shoulders, hit you on the elbows, hit you on the temple, wherever he can hit you. He don't mind getting dirty. He's very physical. So, being a guy that just 2 fights ago was a 108-pounder to now fight Rungvisai 115, that's a colossal jump.
That's like 10. I mean, listen, man, you got to put respect in whether he won or not. And the great thing about his story is that even if he goes up there and fights Rungvisai and he loses or he wins or whatever the case may be, it's only going to bring more. It should bring more respect to him.
Yeah.
It should. No. Will it? We don't know.
We don't know. Shout out to Hyro. He says Inoue is great, but man, Donaire was old. He deserves to be in the top 3, but not above Crawford. Those Mexicans are going to hype up Canelo when he knocks out GGG, and they're going to say he KO'd a unified champion.
Well, I mean, to be serious, to be honest, I think that GG still got the puncher's chance. I won't take his power away. He might be old, so and tired, but I think if he can sit there and box with Canelo and make him wind it like motherfucking, I know he's not Bivol, and do that, you don't ever know what's going to happen.
I do know what's going to happen.
I'm going for Canelo. I think Canelo's going to win the fight.
I don't like either of them. Listen, I don't like Canelo or Golovkin, so I hope whoever loses gets knocked the fuck out.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
I'm talking shit to someone that day.
I like a puncher like Canelo. I like Gigi. He's always got that puncher's chance. I would just say why I don't like him. He's a fucking diva bitch.
Damn. Tell him how you really feel. Anyway, we got our first super chat of the live. Shout out to my main man, Marcus from Ohio Runs Boxing. So with that being said, he's from Ohio.
Yo, I like that channel.
You know the drill. When the super chats come out, so does Don King. So Don King, go ahead and talk to him.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You don't live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good times roll. It don't matter whether you're young or old. Let the good times roll.
There you go. So shout out to Ohio Runs Boxing. Hope all is well with you, champ. Much love to Ohio Runs Boxing. Speaking of Ohio, a big shout out. I didn't do a video about this, but he's a friend of mine. Shout out to my main man, Amir Mason, the oldest of the Mason brothers, on running his record up to 3-0, 2 stoppage victories.
And speaking about that, you all go check out Ohio Runs Boxing. He's got a lot of videos on the Mason brothers fighting.
Yeah.
I've been watching them. I love his channel, just his content, the way he brings it out. But I did watch a lot of videos from the Masons. Shout out to Ohio Boxing. Could give him a follow.
There you go. Tony Mand says, I see Bam versus Junto Nakatani in the future. You know what? That to me, Bam's already made it pretty clear. Like he wants to go to 112. He probably can. Maybe he can't get back all the way down to 108, but 112 would be great for him because that's becoming a really hot division. And you got guys like you just mentioned. I think Junto Nakatani versus him is a must see TV.
That's Harold's favorite, right?
Yeah, he loves him some Junto Nakatani.
He's about to get fucked up, Harold. I'm telling you, I'm just joking with you, Harold. Don't take it personal.
Like these Inoue fans are forgetting Chocolatito. Chocolatito was from a poor country, and he never was meant to be famous or move a certain way. Inoue was famous in Japan before his pro debut. Yeah, all of a sudden, now that Inoue has been elevated to number 1 pound for pound, Hyro is now starting to understand all the things I've been saying all these
appreciate
years
him
about Chocolatito and Inoue and how Inoue jumped from 108, skipped to 112 when Chocolatito did, and went to 115 to fight Omar Narvaez.
Bit of advice to you, Harold. listen to BT when he tells you stuff about boxing, because 9 times out of 10,
not all the time.
Okay, not all the time, but most. He's going to put you on some game.
David said, do you think Canelo has lost love for the sport? I mean, getting tired in the first 3 to 4 rounds of a fight is disrespectful to your opponent and to the boxing, especially if you're the face of boxing. Well, look, has he lost love for the sport of boxing? If he has, it should be expected, because what human being can make $50 million a fight, $70 million, $30 million, all these crazy 8-figure paydays consistently? How can you have the same hunger all the time? That's why Floyd is so special, because Floyd was able to maintain the hunger. But I've always thought, like, look, Canelo used to always say he's in the fight for 5 to 6 more years. He said that before, after the Saunders fight. I've always thought that was BS. He's made enough money. He's accomplished some great things. He's been in big fights. God bless the guy. He'll be out soon.
One thing that BT told me that I need to realize, and sometimes I say about Canelo being strong and this and that, he could beat this guy, he's got a lot of knowledge on the beating on his body.
15 years old.
So Brendan's like,
he's been a professional since he was 15. This guy has not had a normal life.
He said like
he now can live a normal life.
He was telling me.
You don't think he thinks about that?
BT was telling me that, like, literally. He's got like we always say sometimes when you have a car that has too many knowledge. Yeah. The same thing with Canelo on his body. Even though he looks good when it comes to fights, you never knew. Like, for example, we didn't know how Canelo was until Bivol exposed his stamina and the way he was fighting, this and that. But that goes to what BT been saying for a long time.
We didn't need Bivol to expose his stamina. Glove can expose his stamina when he fought in the first fight.
No, but what I'm getting at is you say he's got too much knowledge on his body.
Yeah.
You see that all those beatings throughout the years actually come and accumulate.
So like, I've always said, all you guys who believe the bullshit, he's gonna fight for 5 to 6 more years, you're ridiculous. There's no way. He's taken way too much. And when I say punishment, it doesn't necessarily mean his fights. Could be training camps, all kinds of stuff.
And that's one thing I will give Canelo. I'll give him the flowers on that. That motherfucker's trains like hard.
Yeah. Hyro says Inoue would have been a 4-division champion if he didn't skip 112. I wonder why. He went to 115. He went to 115 when there wasn't anyone at the time. The dude is with Mr. Honda as well. Inoue fought for vacant titles. Chalatito will move up to weight classes to fight the champions and take their belt. And knock them out, Hyro. Most cases. Knock them out. On pretty much almost every occasion. But it is what it is. We saw Lara expose them. But Canelo, I mean, everyone says that. Everyone says that Lara exposed him. I personally think that Canelo won the Lara fight, but that's just my opinion. And I hate Canelo. I can't stand Canelo, but I
don't think Canelo lost his time for fighting. I just think that when you put your finger in a socket and you get shocked and you pull it back real quick, and then you got to think twice before you put your finger back anywhere around that, because you're not going to get shocked again. I think what Bill did to him, nobody expected that the way he did, so he shocked him all that. So I think that pushed him back a little bit, but I don't think his hunger for fighting is lost yet.
And he says, and that 2021 year probably did his body up for, well, it actually wasn't just 2021. It was the end of 2020, because he fought California in December of 2020. Then it was all 2021. So, 4 fights for 11 months is stupid no matter who you fight. Boxers read him easily, and he gave away all his flaws. No, listen, you can't really say that. I've always said this. Canelo Alvarez is pretty much, I'm not going to say the exact same fighter, but he's pretty much close to the same fighter that lost to Floyd. They've matched him very well. He's improved a little bit in some areas, but he's still pretty much, as far as his tendencies and what he likes to do in the ring, he's still pretty much the same guy that fought Floyd. When he fought a guy like Bivol, okay, these guys like Bivol, the Andrades, the Betterbiev, these guys would all give him tough fights or beat him. But these are the guys that he either A, is reluctant to fight, or B, when he did fight them, he waited for them to look really bad before he fought them. Or not bad, but pedestrian, not their best.
The thing is that he thought that he was number the edge, and it didn't happen that way. Like, the one thing I'll always say about Canelo, no matter what, I will always say, give him respect. He goes in the gym and works his ass off for every fight, every fucking fight. And to, like the subscriber was telling you that he's had a lot of fights and this and that, and worn him down.
I see you talking positive about him, so let me ask you this.
Are
you excited about the third Golovkin fight, the cash grab fight?
No, I'm not really excited for that. I just think it's a good retirement check for GG. But I'm not really for that. But at the same token, I know he's built up his confidence, and what better way to do than fighting him than can go in there with Betterbiev for anybody else.
That's a fact. You definitely don't want to let Betterbiev smoke.
Yeah.
We know We know.
I'll tell you right now, if they did fight, he'd be out quick.
How quick?
I'm gonna say second, third round.
Like Joe Smith, quick.
I'm gonna tell you this why I say that. We seen what Betterbiev showed the other night against against Joe.
Man, could you imagine?
He went and attacked him right away. Now, just think about this. Canelo has been the face of boxing. Everybody talking this shit. He loves nothing more than go in there and rip his head off. And then just sit there and say, I'm just trying to be a better fighter.
And the thing is, like, that's exactly why that fight will never happen.
Believe me, after what you see what happened, it's not going to happen. Never going to happen. And I think, who's younger of the two?
Oh, Betterbiev. No, Canelo's younger. Canelo's younger about 6 years.
But Canelo's got more mileage on his body.
Yeah, but Betterbiev has miles on his body too. But Betterbiev had 300 amateur fights. And then he has, 18 fights now in the pros.
Holy shit.
Most of them at a high level against either good veteran fighters, top contenders, or champions, you know?
We were at the Philly gym this week, and shout out to, what's his name? What's his name? Augusta? The trainer. Acosta. And he had this this kind of shape box with different angles on how to put your, when you do push-up board. Push-up board, you can put all kind of angles and everything, and it will literally fuck you up from the inside to the outside, all kinds of shit. What I'm getting at is, when you watch Bivol, go watch it. I mean, Bivol, God bless him too. Betterbiev, how he trains, go watch the top ranked things. He got these metal things on, doing all this shit like this. That motherfucker's rock solid for the same kind of exercise that a lot of boxers wouldn't do nothing for them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he's very authentic in his own way of training, but damn, look at his body. It's like a chisel.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And the crazy part is that, mine is everything. He's so humble, but he knows how to retract from whatever and make it a comedian thing or humility. But what he says is really indirectly telling you what you know. What I mean,
he's trying to become a good boxer.
Yeah, and he's showing you what he does in the ring without bragging about it.
Yeah. There was a song. There was a country song by one of the subscribers on the channel, Michael Ryan Pitts, because he used to do country music. He used to have a song called "It Ain't Bragging," and the song was like, Ain't bragging, son, if you can back it on up."
Yeah. You can back it on up.
He says, I have all the money and women I need, top of the food chain, baby. I might ask if I could use that song for the channel. I like that song. GGG is still going to be unified after he gets beat by Canelo. That is actually true.
Yeah.
Because they're fighting at 68, so Golovkin can still go at middleweight with 2 belts.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he's still a champion. So when if Canelo beats him, they're gonna say he beat a champion.
Also, we're gonna catch thing.
No, they're fighting at 168.
Okay, wow.
Golovkin's champion at 160.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But listen, guys, I'm not trying to be here for too long, guys, because I got to pack. I'm going to Las Vegas in like 9 hours for the week.
You got here one day.
I was here for 1.5 days, and I'm already going somewhere again. I'm freaking tired. But listen, before I end this live, okay, let me first start out by saying thank you guys for all the support on the channel. Like, literally today, gotten like damn near 200 new subscribers just today.
God bless you.
So it's been great. Check out the Jaron Ennis interview. Check out the Stephen Follin interview. Check out the Bozy Ennis interview when it comes out. There's a lot of interviews coming out. I can't even keep track of all of them. Pops has a Bob Arum interview coming out soon on the secret of success.
The OG. So the OG with the real OG, the Bob.
Yeah. So check that out. Program reminders. We'll be live Friday for Jonathan Gonzalez fight. First title defense on Pro Box Promotions. I'll be live for that. Saturday's Bam vs. Ramirez. So 2 live fight reactions this week. Lots of interviews. Lots of news videos. Lots of all kinds of stuff. All I do now is make some prospect review videos and some history videos. Yeah. We good to go. But on that note, guys, look, you guys take care. Keep supporting us because we're on the grind. We're growing, and it's a great thing to see. And listen, I'm going to be out in Vegas for like 6 days, so you just never know what might happen in that 6-day time period. But
anybody's in Vegas, go check them out.
You guys take care. God bless. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.